So this video is to show the process of doing the assembly of the grenade I did the design. What I have on my table right now is a couple of tools that I may need. Includes a plier, a very cheap and simple screwdriver, and I made sure to use my cheapest tools for this process so I could show you how easy it is. This is a 5 volts USB-C screwdriver. It's like it's very weak, but it works just fine for this option. And as you can see here, this is a Mambo Lab P1S printer bed, and this is exactly the result I get every time I print them. This is the mass scale production setup that I use because basically what we do, we print the print sequence is defined by objects, and this is one object, this is one object, and this is one object. Everything here is considered on one object only inside this ISER, so that's why I can print them separated with some quality. I print two spoons and both detonators, uh, detonators for the cap or for the snap bangs together because it is up to the customer if you want to change this or not. I don't really care about that, but I send them together, and then I have this small latch in here. Um, so first thing, we get started off with our print. We start removing any defects or problems on the printing that we got. By example, I'm going to start removing the brain out of my print, right? I got some small. I probably won't be able to show it on the camera. I have I have one BPS sticking to it because before recording the video, I was testing if the tolerances were fine with my BPS. So I have some filament inside here that I want to get rid of, um, but I may have to throw some torch inside of here to get rid of that. So yeah, my grenades are already clean. I apply texture on some regions of it. On this video, I won't include the TPU parts, just because it's very simple to install. And then the same thing with the head, just disconnect it. I can, like the supports are very easy to print to remove even when using PETG. So as you can see here, I can just remove all the support with my bare hands, and it's pretty much clean right now. I don't think I just need to show. I have some stringing that the camera won't capture, but all I need to do is throw some fire inside there. So there you go. Again, the same finishing. I apply texture on the exposed areas just to add some nice finish to the parts. And there's a small support on here. Let me clean it. There we go. Let's see how it's threading. Should not be a problem. I never had problems with my threads before. We just hit it here. There we go. And there it is. It's already screwed. It's a very nice print. Very simple. The holes are printed just fine. So let's proceed here with the cleaning process. I'm gonna now remove all of those parts, including the small catch. There you go. Let me remove this printer. Where's the part? It's close to the wire. All right. So here we have the grenade spoon. Again, very easy to remove all the material. I can just remove it with my bare hands. Now it's clean. That's it. I made it reinforce it. Um, so it it was a break point on this area here. Now it's not anymore because I have reinforced it. So we have our spoon here. It's very nice. So now let's clean the other one for more that we're not gonna need it. Oh, good thing, because that one was a print failure. Won't be able to show in the camera, but you can see that this side is not as big as this one because this one failed. I may be able to use this one anyway, but well, that's it. I have tons of those separated. So now we just need to clean the detonators here. Same thing, just remove the ring. Remove the ring. There we go. Let's leave it right there. Our catch is also here. Let me separate these things here. We don't want to throw up anything that we're not gonna need. Let me also clean this one. All right. So now we have all of our components. Let me just go. So here we have my lighter. Um, what I'm gonna do is first I just wanna throw some fire into this grenade inside of here. Just don't overheat it too much. That's not gonna end up well for you. And I'm gonna clean some areas where my software had not detected the overhangs, and so it did not apply supports to it. I think that's pretty good so far. Let me remove this spoon, and I'm gonna heat up the grenade. Also, my lighter is failing. Let me adjust the gas. All right, there you go. Now I'm gonna just throw some fire inside there. Should not be a problem if you do exactly how I'm doing here. Okay, this is PTG. This is very strong. Should not be enough to melt down. So now I'm cleaning here under the treads. You need to make sure that your treads are just clean with no supports residue. So yeah, there we go. I think now we pretty much good to go. Um, so now the process is first thing we need to put this catch here, this small part, like that, on the top under the head of our screw, right? So how I usually like to make it is I just shred it a little bit with my hands so you can get inside there, at least from the beginning. And now um, you need to hold it with a plier unless you have stronger hands than me, which I don't. So let's go there. I'm gonna hold it like that, and then with my screwdriver, I'm gonna screw it inside. As I told you, it's a cheap one, but it's gonna make it work. So now let me hold it in a different angle so it can go all in once. Right? I think that's a good grip. Then let's go there. All the way. So this part here, it's already good to go. You don't need to apply glue or anything. I personally don't apply glue to those. It makes no difference at all, at least from my experience. But what I like to do is to heat up the screw a little bit so it will um, harden the plastic on the threads here and melt the threads and solidify it here in position. It won't. It is not like a perfect solution, but it works just fine. This part are not going anywhere. It may break, and I saw that part break before. So if you have stronger materials, I recommend you printing those parts. It's like a 2 grams of filament. So if you have PET, GCF, or nylon, PA, anything like that, use that material to print those small parts because it's easy to print and they need to be strong. So the process now is we're gonna throw our. All right. So we're gonna throw our screw inside here. As you can see, it's gonna drop. We're gonna have a couple millimeters outside here. And the idea, or at least how I like to do it, is I insert the spring, and you're gonna notice that there's like a holder for the spring right here, right? So I'm gonna push it. I'm gonna hold the spring exactly like that. So I have the tip of the screw exposed like that, and the spring I'm holding. I don't recommend you doing that without gloves because the tip of the springs are very sharp and they may cut it and may hurt your hands. So let's go ahead and let's thread this part in here. It may struggle a little bit in the beginning. My hands are hurting very bad right now. Let me release it. Let me swap it and let's keep going. So I'm basically what I'm doing, I'm threading, I'm inserting this detonator into my part. The nut will make its own thread in there. As you can see, I'm almost there. What we need to make sure is uh, that, by example, here um, we have the snap cap, for example, and it is supposed to, it is designed so you can slide it inside here. So let me see if I can. This one is a little bit damaged. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to. Let me see if I have another one here. Yeah, let's go here. Yeah, there we go. All right. So as you can see, it gets locked in position like that. And what you need to make sure is that the screw that you're using won't pass the cylinder there. I have a little bit more of space, so I'm gonna go ahead and hold my spring back and keep threading till it reaches the limit. Okay, almost there. I'm just looking and verifying. Just one more turn. All right, there you go. That's pretty much it. That's our that's our fuse head completely assembled. I can push it and rotate it a little bit if it's not catching, and theoretically, if I drop it now, it should hit as you just saw. So yeah, there we go. We have it. It's cocked. Then if I drop it, oh, that was a weak. Then it's activated. When you get big like that, it's because it's activated, right? Let's make sure that everything's still working just fine here with our grenade still working perfectly, right? So now what we need to do is install the small spring here for the spoon, right? You can use big springs, you can use small springs. Anything that actually will provide you a good grip in there, it's already good enough. I like to use like small springs like this. This actually, sorry, but this is a big spring, but it's very weak, as you can see here. Like it's very wobbly, so it's a weak spring. That works just fine, but the problem is it's too big, and you cannot have more than 3 revolutions of a spring like this on your system, otherwise it will cause you problems. So now what we're gonna do is, I think this spring is too big for the assembly here, so I'm gonna cut it in shape. I'm gonna cut it in half here. Any plier should do the work. So I'm gonna hold on both sides so they don't fly all over my room. All right, there we go. I'm gonna use this small one here. And what I'm gonna do is, let me drop, I think I'm gonna have to hold it. So I'm gonna hold with a plier and I'm gonna hit the springs up. Just don't hit them too much you need to be quick on this process because if you hit it too much and it turns red, you may damage your spring, right? So I'm gonna heat it up just before it gets red, just a little bit, and then we're gonna go quickly and push it inside the spring slot here. Okay, so our spring is here. We just need now to wait it for cooling down a little bit because if we start our spoon right now, the spoon will stick to the spring here, right? So let's just wait a little bit. I may blow on it. I think that's already good enough. Let me do the dump checking. Yeah, it's cool. So now let's let's go here. Let me shred it. And now we have our spoon here. If you want to test if it's working, just hold on the tip of it and release it. As you can see, it jumps. Let's double check that it is working just fine. Let me take your cotton. I forgot the name. I think it's cotton, the name. And okay, I got one here. So I have I have original ones, not original, sorry, but like professional ones, and I have ones that I made myself. You just need like a piece of steel and bend them. Like this one, by example, sucks, but it still works. Like you can see, it's very ugly, but you just need to make sure that one of the tips is shorter than the other, like that, and it's gonna work. I'm gonna use the professional one just for the sake of the video here, and I'm going to just slide it in there. There we go. We have our safety pin, and then what I'm gonna do is let me hold it here like that, and now let's insert our grenade pin. And if you wanna test it, if the safety spoon is working, just push it without holding the spoon. Oh, yeah, mine got a little bit stuck here, but you would let the grenade work. So let me try one more time. Yeah. So as you can see, the spring that I have installed here, it's a bit weak because it should be jumping out, right? But right now it's not. But for the sake of the grenade, it would still work just fine because as much as it is not locking the latch inside here, it will work just fine. Let's do another test. Let's do the following. So let's cock the grenade. Let's insert the grenade pin there. And let's go and insert the safety pin. There we go. There we have it. All right, so let's shred it inside our grenade. And now let's pull the pin. As you can see, now the pin jumped, so it worked just fine. The grenade is still cocked because you can see it right on the top here. If I hit it with a plier, for example, it should be enough to detonate it. So that was the video. You can just insert all of your VPs in here. I don't have any VPs accessible right now. Actually, let me pick up some so I can show you in the video. Let me locate it. You're gonna need around 16 BBs for um, this process, for this grenade here. And um, if you wanna be environment, oh my god, I suck at this. If you want to be environment friendly, you can just use grenade BBS that you find on the ground on your airsoft field, just like that. You can take them straight from the ground. Well, it won't make any difference. You're gonna save some money. You're gonna save the environment because you're gonna be throwing less VPs in the ground for more those for more that or more that those are biodegradable, I think it's always a good idea to try to help the world a little bit more. So as you can see, I just pushed all BBs here with no struggle, and that's pretty much it. All right, thank you for watching. I very much appreciate it for buying my design, and for you to stay on this video for that long, I will give you a 50% discount on my Codes projects.